Hello and welcome back to Mark's House and Garden UK. It's the beginning of November. I'm in London, so I've decided to take advantage of my National Trust membership and I'm coming to visit Ham House, which, not surprisingly, is in Ham. I caught the train to Kingston and then the number 65 bus, and here I am at Ham House and I'm about to go inside and have a look at the gardens. Now, I've seen this place on television a few times and I believe they've got some lovely formal gardens and parterres, and that's something that I'm really interested in. Let's go inside. Now, normally you can also enter the house, Ham House itself, and have a look round, but at the moment, during November 2025, the only way you can get in when it's not weekend is to go on a conservation tour. So I'm going to do that today. I am going to have a look inside. I will focus mainly on the gardens, but if they tell me anything of any real interest, which I'm sure they will on this conservation tour, I'll share it with you in this video. So there's the entrance hut, there's the main facade of the house, and just around the side of that wall is what I've come to see: the formal gardens. I absolutely love formal gardens. Don't worry, I'll give you some close-ups. But look at that. Change the exposure. Look at that avenue of trees there. It's November, so not surprising there's lots of leaves on the ground. I love that. Autumnal seasons of leafiness. But look at this beautiful, stunning, orderly, perfectly manicured formal garden. We'll get closer, but to me it looks like lavender and rosemary planted in spheres and circles within a boxwood parterre, with boxwood cones surrounded with what looks like a yew hedge. And that yew hedge in itself has been made into a work of art because some patterns have been trimmed into them to give it some kind of relief. Now, you can't see it from here, but I will get closer and show it to you. But look at this. I just love this topiary. Gravel paths, closely clipped boxwood hedges, boxwood cones, all laid out around a very symmetrical pattern. And if I go to this diagonal corner here and look back, you will see a sculpture right at the centre. Now, there's a little bit of high ground here, so I'll kill two birds with one stone. The first thing I'll do is I'll show you the trim, the way they've trimmed this hedge to give these kind of raised squares. And actually there's a window there, which suggests to me that there is a path through. Don't worry, we will go there. I'm slightly elevated now, so I should be able to give you a better view if I lift the camera up in the air of this wonderful formal garden. It's a weekday. It's November, so I imagine this is a quiet day. Look at that. Isn't that clever? This yew hedge stands about, I would say, 10 foot tall, and the yew hedge around the edge probably about 4 foot tall, and all around the perimeter benches so that you can sit and enjoy. The rain stopped, fortunately. Oh, there's a sundial there. Now, we won't be able to tell the time today because it's not sunny. There we are. If you want to know, I'll tell you. It's 10 past 12, 10 past noon, just after midday. What I do like about what National Trust do is they give information all the time. So here we are, look, they put these signs around the place so that you get some information. This patch has been left due to nesting wasps in the box cone. Wasps play a wonderful part in the garden, and they do get maligned and derided, but they're actually a very important part of the ecology and the food chain in any garden. So we should protect them just as we protect bees and other pollinators. Isn't this wonderful? I'm videoing this, but I'm actually looking over the top of the camera and enjoying it whilst I'm talking. I'm doing a fair bit of waffling, as you probably gather. You can turn the volume off if you want. But this is Ham House, formal parterre, just at the side of the house. I have to say, this has exceeded my expectations. I knew it was going to be nice. Can you see there's a horse riding through the surrounding parklands there? This has exceeded my expectations. Just this bit alone is much better than what I expected. Imagine being up there in a window, looking down. If we get to look out of a window on the tour that we're about to do, of course, I'll get some footage. Right, I'm going to go back through that gate, turn left, and see what's on the other side of that hedge. And here is said footage from a second floor window halfway up the stairs, which they permitted me to take. I do think parterres look amazing from above. Imagine having this view from your bedroom window. Right, away we go. Through these avenues, I think these are beech. So like a beech tree avenue. I would imagine when that's in full leaf, this is a very shady tunnel. House to my left. Beautiful parterre there. And there's that hedge that's been trimmed. Let's just stop and take that in. Have a mindful moment and have a look at it. And there's a gap there, but I'm going to turn left. There's the boss. He who must be obeyed. The reason we're in London is to renew John's US visa. Right, so this is a very long, narrow corridor through which you can spy at the parterre. And I think I noticed another small window, and I'm hoping at the end of this we can turn right and reveal what's on the other side of the hedge to my right. Look at this. I can't do it justice on a video, so please, 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 if you can, come and visit Ham House. Join the National Trust if you can. I know it's not cheap, but such good value when you think about what you pay to go into attractions nowadays. And when you join the National Trust, you get to see, if you can travel to them, as many National Trust properties as you like. Look at that. I'm going to have to copy it. I'm going to have to make a miniature ham house in my garden at home. Decision is made. There's no going back now. It's going to happen. So I'll be making a parterre. I'll probably find a box which is resistant to blight and caterpillar, or an alternative to boxwood. But I can definitely use lavenders. There are different types of lavenders. And I can certainly lay out paths with gravel. Right, what's going to happen next? What's the big reveal here? Oh, look at that, open space. Dozens of pots. Yew cones. Borders. And then a wall. This is not a, it's not a ha-ha, this. It's actually a proper wall. A retaining wall with borders down the side of it. And look at all those lovely terracotta pots. Standing like soldiers. With rosemary in. Let me just do a smell check. Definitely rosemary. I could tell it was rosemary, but you can smell the rosemary when you rub it. Beautiful. Lawns, formal paths, parkland in the distance. Extremely impressive. Right, I'm going to wander along now. There's some steps at the centre. I'm going to wander down there and get a view looking back at the house. It's suddenly become a little bit breezy, so I hope you can hear me. Hope there's not too much wind noise. These terracotta pots have got roses in. Of course, they're not in blossom at the moment, or are they? There's one here which has got some white flowers on it. Isn't it lovely? I do like these wooden planters. This will be the basement where the kitchens were and the staff quarters. Right. steps. It's all very level, very accessible. I think if you had mobility problems, you wouldn't need to worry too much. Everywhere around here, and you get this at Kew, are parakeets. In the distance there's about 10 parakeets, green parakeets, not native to the UK, but I think becoming quite naturalised now. Is that Eros? I don't know. I'm not big on Greek gods. Maybe it's Stavros. Anyway, not many leaves on the hedges, but still this is lovely. I was reminded earlier when walking through the parkland that we as a family used to go collecting conkers at this time of year. And if you're not in the UK, you might not know what conkers are, but they're little brown round seeds of the horse chestnut. And we used to put a string through them and play conkers, where we'd try and destroy each other's conkers. Many a bruised knuckle in the process. Right, I'm going to wander down here and see what that little hut's all about, which you might be able to see over the top of that hedge. There's a squirrel up this tree here. You may or may not be able to see it. It's just run up there. And there's another one up there, and they're making noises at each other. I suspect they're arguing over territory. Possibly food is scarce at this time of year, and they're trying to claim rights on the territory. I mentioned 2 huts, didn't I? And you can see here, there's one there, little round shelters, and there's one here, and there's another 2 at the far end of this garden. They're like little bus stops, only much more pretty than a bus stop, obviously. It's positioned in these little garden rooms, which probably look better in the summertime, but I suppose if it's raining, you could come and sit in here, couldn't you? As I'm doing, and just look out through these arched doorways. Wonderful. Yes, worth a little wander through the garden to see those, I think. House in the distance. I'm going to go and do the tour. Come back to you in a moment. Well, that was fascinating. The Conservation House tour, which was conducted by Beverly, was incredibly informative, and it makes you realise just how much of a job they've got on conserving these old properties for the trust. She was talking quite a lot about the 6 agents of decay that they have to face. So there we go. Now, as usual with a National Trust property, there is a plant sale and a cafe. So I'm going to get out of the rain now, go indoors and have a nice cup of tea, possibly even a slice of cake. Well, I have to say, lunch at the Orangery Cafe was wonderful. I had 3 bean soup and a hot chocolate, and the other big surprise at the cafe is this wonderful walled garden. It's one of those walled kitchen gardens where they used to make all the food for the big house, which I hope you can see is over my right shoulder. Right, I shall be getting back to the bus stop now and get back to the hotel and head up back home. So I'll see you soon for some more Ham House garden tour adventures. Well, thank you for watching my Ham House garden tour. Hope you found it enjoyable. Whilst you're there, if you're still watching, please could I ask you to just consider having a look at my new Off YouTube Club. We have a newsletter and a monthly giveaway gift bundle and lots more. So have a look at it. There's a link in the description box below this video. Thank you very much, and I hope you can consider joining up. Bye for now.